I think I smoked a bit too much weed today. I'm not really sure. I'm feeling good, but I think I smoked a bit too much. Do you smoke weed?
Yeah, yeah. I just really do wax really now. But since I
Oh,
got out of the Navy in like 2020, pretty much every day since March 2020, yeah, I would say. Some form of it, some fashion of it. I moved to Texas and then it was like near beer weed. Have you ever heard of THCA?
no. Oh, I
Have you
think
ever
I
heard of Delta
actually bought
8?
some in Vegas once.
Have you ever heard of Delta 8 or Delta
Yeah,
9, Delta 10?
yeah, I've heard of that.
I've never heard of it until I moved here in 22, like late
It doesn't do
22.
shit, dude. Yeah.
I agree.
So what is
But the
what is wax?
yeah.
So what's smoking wax? Is that like shatter? Is that the same as people who smoke or like what do they call that when you smoke shatter? Fucking
Diamonds.
yeah, but there's like a name for it when you smoke the oil type of it. You don't know the name?
Wax is what I call it. I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh
I
fuck,
don't know what they call it in Canada, man.
fuck's sakes, we're having that output issue again. Can you turn down your output just a tad?
Oh, right. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
No
I'm just using an
problemo.
iPhone. Sorry about that.
No problemo. I just want to make sure I can't hear my own voice coming back into the. Yeah, we're good. All we're doing is talking about drugs anyway, so we'll probably cut this out.
All right.
Oh, he left the scene without telling me even why.
Sorry about that. No, I was just closing the door.
Okay, fair enough. Oh man. All
What
right.
kind of weed
So,
you guys got over there? I heard it just became legal, because of a Drake song. I heard that was out there. That was legal.
so weed became legal because of a Drake song?
I said I heard about that because of a Drake song. I'm talking about the bar when he's like out here smoking legal. That was the joke.
Oh yeah. No, it got legal a long time ago. Right at the beginning
Yeah,
of
it's old
Trudeau,
song.
like 12 years ago. Yeah, like we voted in.
Damn, it's been that long?
Yeah, we voted in the worst prime minister we've ever had in Canada, just so that we could legalize weed in this country. They literally shoehorned
Yeah.
him in there. Just
That's
because
what
he
it
was
was
the son
looking
of an
like
important
under
guy.
Biden, and the whole time everybody's looking at the Senate for 4 years saying, I thought it was on your guys' desk to make this legal. What happened for 4 whole years? And now we got bigger fish to fry now.
No doubt. Yeah, there's lots of crazy shit happening in the U.S. Did you? So wait, are you? So weed is not federally legal in the United States? Oh shit, I thought it was. A lot of the states
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like about, I'd say half, but not like 2/3. So yeah, a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, man. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Grinch Martinez, stand-up comedian, all-around guy. He's a guy.
Yeah.
So you have an Instagram, so go find him on his Instagram at what is the handle for it?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Grinch Martinez Comedy, 3 words, and Twitter, Grinch Comedy, because of how many letters you're allowed, how many characters you're allowed on each platform. It's different, so that's why I had to do that. But now I have a YouTube now, and it's called Talking Sweet Podcast, also 3 words.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I think I'd be a little concerned if there was a different person who already had the handle Grinch Martinez. That's quite a unique name. You definitely got your branding right there.
I just today got another Grinch account to follow me, and it was just like a meme page that's taking Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, just doing the same thing I am, but just an anonymous meme page.
Yeah.
When there's
yeah.
no blue check, I have to assume it's a bot. I have to assume it's not a human,
True enough. Yeah. Is the Grinch thing that you do? It's not like that frog thing. Like, is it on the internet? I know on the internet they have like symbols that are characters and they like represent a certain thing. And the frog,
Yeah.
I think the frog is like isn't that a groiper or something? I don't know much about it. Sorry, dude.
Yes, that is called a groiper, actually, yes.
Yeah, and that's like
that.
their logo,
I've heard
right?
of that, yes.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. So the Grinch is not one of those like dog whistle.
Here's a funny word I keep hearing here's a funny word I keep hearing is whatever you're talking about and then the word adjacent. So I would say a Grinch or a fan of the Grinch is a Groiper adjacent.
Oh, fair enough.
I
I think
wouldn't
we just
exactly
found
say
a
I
good term.
subscribe. I'm watching every day. I love everything Nick Fuentes has to say. But the way I understand it is a Groiper is a fan of Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna do this symbol to you every time that
Uh,
you're a little too close to the camera. Okay, it's not a big deal, but I also just don't want your head to be cut out. Man,
okay.
that is so funny. I think we just coined a term, honestly, with the Grinch being like Nick Fuente or not. What do we call it? Groiper adjacent. Yeah,
Yeah. I would say that, yeah, because it's like that's what it takes. And then you think to yourself, like, what does it take to do that? You know, because that was like my entry into like being an adult on the internet. Is I said to myself, I'm going to be one of these anonymous people, and it was before Elon bought Twitter. This is like 2017, 18, and I'm saying to myself, like, let's just be an agent hating on Cardi B. I want to hate Cardi B and make just any dumb joke about Cardi B. That's the whole purpose of my existence on Twitter. And then it turned into like, I'm seeing all these bots. Just like how you know of like a bot, a normal, general, mainstream version of a bot. Any app would have a bot. Now imagine Cardi B bot. And then it's like the antonym to Cardi B is Nicki Minaj. You have the Nicki Minaj bots. And then it has its own thing of not real people promoting real people. And
yeah,
then it's like, bruh, now I got to do this with comedy. And I got to be like, oh, man. I got to be the only real motherfucker in the room that's like, I thought you guys were gangster. Why are we talking about the
yeah.
internet?
No doubt. It's funny that you started off kind of in the totally anonymous thing, where those, one of those guys who's like, what's it called when you chirp people online? Troll. You're a
uh,
troll. You're like a kind of a anonymous
yeah, troll.
troll,
Sure, I'm a Cardi B troll. Sure,
and
born out of
then
the Cardi B troll fandom, I began my
yeah,
journey
and
as
then
Rich
now you're the
Martinez.
total opposite of that, where it's like you do stand up comedy where it's like completely owning what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real life.
Yeah,
Here, let me shit on Cardi B in real life over
yeah,
here in Austin. Come get tickets.
yeah, yeah. Let's hope a Cardi B fan doesn't come and hit me with a bar of soap in my fucking walking up to my car at night.
And then that's the thing where life gets in between, like between 2017 and now we're about to be in 2026. Like that's 9 years difference. I have kids now. It's a
Wild, man.
whole other thing I do on the internet now.
Yeah,
And I defend her and her kid culture sometimes.
yeah, yeah. You like to talk about your kids a lot. Hey, some people try to avoid that.
I do it for them.
Yeah, you like Bert Kreischer? It definitely worked out for him.
No,
No, you don't like
not
Bert Kreischer.
really.
He's a bit kind of a liberal. Yeah, like what don't you like about that guy?
Okay, so here's kind of the thing. Like, he is grandfathered into when you only needed one good, well done joke. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense.
So subtract this one good joke that's both on both of our heads right now.
Yep,
Name me another joke.
no doubt. I mean, damn.
You can't, right?
Yeah, I thought that not Razzle Dazzle, but the one before that, Secret Time. I did like Secret Time. I thought that was a funny shtick where he would just kind of say Secret Time and then just start saying dumb shit. I like that he's a character, and he really commits to it. He seems like he really wants to be funny, that's for sure. And I liked him for a long time. I really did, and I still sort of do, but I do see some flaws compared to some people who do better than him. But
I,
yeah, I totally
I guess
understand.
that the name of the game is like, what is genius about him? What isn't? Everybody has genius things about you. He has genius joke writing intellect of how it takes and knows what it takes to make a joke on stage as a
Yeah,
stand-up comedian.
yeah,
Have you seen his movie?
yeah. It was all right. It wasn't
I
great.
haven't,
Yeah,
because I knew exactly what you just said. I already knew
yeah,
that from the
yeah,
trailer. I could tell.
yeah, yeah. No, he definitely has designed himself to be a stand-up comedian. That is definitely the case, and he fits that bill. If your question was like, what is his genius? I'm just trying to think of something, and if I thought of something, it would only be like he's genius in the same way that Trump is genius. Like, he's a smart guy because like his dad's a lawyer, and he just
Yeah,
seems like he thinks like that. But then also he does such a good job of kind of talking like an idiot.
yeah.
And he is one of the first comedians, I would say, who really took advantage. Though, mind you, it's polarizing. Some people hate it, but he's taken advantage of having a unique laugh in a way that you don't see that often. Like I at least when I started watching him for the first few years, I did enjoy whenever he got squealing. It would make me laugh. But now it does get more annoying the more
Yeah,
years when you
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
it.
It did the opposite of grow on you. It shrank on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's a negative connotation to that too. Somebody that has a unique laugh and then they snort, let's say, and everybody goes, "Oh God, okay,
Yeah.
all right, there they go, all right."
Yeah, I don't love the
But you
snort.
liked it at first, and then it turned into a negative thing. I always thought it was like, "Dude, you sound like a pig. What are you?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, what are you doing?"
no doubt. What do you think of that new? Okay, so there was a person I was going to get on the pod, but she got employed by Kill Tony. Her name is Sarah Sloan. I thought of her because you said the snorting thing, and I think she was laughing once on the show and fucking let us snort out there. Do you know who I'm talking about or no?
It sounds familiar. I don't think I know
It's
who that
wild.
is.
She went on Kill Tony one time and literally for the first time ever, it seems like it's a new class of above golden ticket or something. She does the horse impression. The
I
horse.
don't think I caught this. I don't think I
Okay,
remember that
she's the
one.
horse impression girl, and she literally got employed. She is Tony's personal assistant now.
She has glasses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's like a white lady.
Nice looking, like blonde girl. Yeah, not of
I
of
think I know who you're
medium
talking
build.
about. She's a friend of a friend. I don't really know her like that. I couldn't tell you,
Oh,
but
fair enough.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, I
And
was just curious what you thought of her, but yeah, fair enough. We can move on from that.
yeah, no, I couldn't tell you.
So you went on Kill Tony, and you've only been on once, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how? Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts now that it's done. Uh,
It's the highest level of like the weekly shows that happen at the highest level comedy club in America. The scene in Austin superseded New York comedy scene and LA comedy scene. And because of how the Writers Guild works, you only funnel through those two cities. So these people broke the simulation and created an Austin market, but Austin technically falls in the LA, side of the WGA. So because that's the case, Austin is this side of the Mississippi. It has a lot of people that come from LA. That's why Rogan, Tony Hinchcliffe, so on and so forth. Even Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon, who's a New York guy from New York, right? Somehow he's an LA-based comic. See how that works?
For sure. Well, it's somehow this is a weird little sub comment, but I feel like we have Las Vegas to thank a little bit for it because like it's right in between.
Maybe, yeah.
And like,
exactly.
It's an easy drive from LA to Texas. That's definitely a part of why Texas has grown to how it has, thanks to the insane success of Las Vegas over the past 2 decades.
Yeah, but Austin has characteristics of what Vegas was when we were like teenagers and younger.
Exactly.
It's like the new Vegas. Here we are.
Yep. It's like
so
a nice.
What I'm saying is like I entered into that, and the way that it worked was like it took months. I'd say more than about 9, let's say, of applying damn near every week. And it got to a point where you don't even expect it. You're just hanging with your friends and worried about getting home, worried about smoking weed, worried about, do I have this or that? Is someone still going to be there? And your friends and what you're doing, you're passing the time. And then you get your name called and your boys are dapping you up. And then if you're really respected, people are like saying your name and chanting it. Like people really care about you. That's what it's like. And I've gone through maybe 3 different like places where they're doing it and where like the tank of where all the comics are at. And then whenever they're doing like shows that again, like another higher, bigger than Austin. Austin's still like in the middle kind of like of the whole economy of comedy. And when they go to New York City and do Madison Square Garden, that's a whole other market. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different group of people that apply.
Yeah, but it's insanely popular. Even I'm not disagreeing with you or anything. It's insanely popular even up here in Canada. Like, I'm surprised. I feel like for you to say that Austin isn't the center, to say that it's in the middle, I don't know.
I say like of Austin, of like to influence comedy, it is important, the most important city, but I'm saying there's no Madison Square Garden. There's no Staples Center.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They need to build a bigger stadium,
They're building a convention center to replace the current one. I'm looking at it every other day.
I'm not sure if they'll have enough of a population there, though, ever to really compete.
Exactly, right.
Nah. Yeah.
But because of the pandemic, it forced these creatives to come out here.
Yeah, exactly, man. Pandemic was fucked up, man. What do you think about the pandemic? Wait, no, sorry. We're in the middle of talking about your Kill Tony. Um,
And
uh,
then, yeah, just, I don't know. I get on stage. I'm
yeah,
listening to the show.
your
I'm
bit,
listening
your
to other
Arnold
people. I
Palmer
know
bit.
them, you know. It was one of the versions of like a person and his girlfriend came on right before me. Tom's the girl was the guest.
Yeah, awesome. You got
It kind of went
of Tom.
bad. The minute wasn't the best, I guess.
That's
But I
amazing.
listened to people laugh in that minute. I've heard people with dead
Yeah.
air, dead
Hey,
silence, you know.
I laughed. I can see why you thought that, and it's totally fair to defend yourself. I mean, like, so that's why I wanted to talk to you most, like, because I took exception to this set. Like, sometimes I get people on the show who do really, really good on Kill Tony, like Rick Diaz or whoever. But sometimes I get a little bit upset with the way where I feel like it's hinging on Tony's mood, and it's like it annoys me a little bit because your Arnold Palmer bit was awesome. You're sorry, I'm not sure what I said that was funny.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. You sound like me 3 years ago. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is some issues with that, but also he's the host, so it's totally fine for him to do that. But yeah, like your minute I thought was good, and then you defended yourself, and he got mad about that, and then sorry, continue from there.
I guess just the rest of the show. Another friend of mine, his name's Mike Ivy. He's great. He was on later on, and kind of the same thing. He mentions the same thing, like, "What's this about comics acting like I don't know what to say and whatever, like, or I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever. That they're funny when they're not."
Well, you're talking about other guys now. I more so want to talk specifically about your interview, if that's okay. So,
Yeah.
like, I remember near the end you found some laughs. Was it what was the very last thing you guys talked about?
It wasn't the last part of the interview or the last part of the minute.
Last part of the interview, dude. It's a
last part of the
podcast.
minute, I told him about how I was in the Navy and I went to Antarctica.
Oh yeah. No, but I thought you guys had a laugh at the end. Was it? Shit, it might have been at your expense, so you can't remember it.
Yeah, maybe.
Did I write it down? No. Oh, so yeah. Fuck. But yeah, your interview was good. And again, what I was going to say about how you took, because listen, I don't think that Kill Tony is a true random bucket. FYI, I'm just going to throw that out there into the sphere. But you should take it as a compliment that you weren't like there, like on the stage day one or within your first month, because I do think that they on purpose, like they have like spies in these places that they, what's that bar called? Whatever, Bad Decisions or whatever.
The bar, yeah, poor choices.
Yeah, and
pouring alcohol, poor choices.
I think that they have little sleeper cells in there who, if there's a crazy person in there, if you get picked within your first month, man, they're just getting you up there because they think you're a crazy person. So I'd say take that as a compliment that it took you 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how long have you been doing comedy?
All right.
Okay, here we are. We're back. So we took a quick little break. We were talking about your bit that did pretty good at the end of your interview, because the interview is a big part with Kill Tony. Like the minute is just one part, like, but it's not a stand-up like shtick show. It is ultimately a podcast. The interview is the majority of the content that is created by Kill Tony. The interview is the most important part, and I thought you did pretty good. Right at the end, you got a lot of laughs with this idea that you call yourself married, but you don't go down to the courthouse and do it. Like, what's up with that? Do you think that it doesn't really matter? I know that when I was younger,
the same reason why it hasn't happened is the same reason why anybody gets married.
Yeah.
Like my life kind of was during the pandemic kind of turned into that. I got handed these cards with life, and it was like, none of these cards is, here's the wedding now, right over here in your dad's backyard, and your wife's gonna pay for the whole thing. None of those cards during the pandemic was what I got handed. That properly answers that question, I feel like.
Okay.
And my fiance would probably answer the same way.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess, yeah.
That's what it takes to have a marriage, right? Is you're ready to do it. You go to the courthouse, of course, yeah. But also your lady's dad, usually in America, is house done. And then also you do it at your house or your dad's backyard.
for sure.
Am I saying anything wrong, or
No.
you go get a place?
No, I just feel like you'd think that the world going crazy.
But I'm
like
not going to say all that. I can't say all that in an interview in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you can. It's just a lot harder. That's what podcasts are for. It seems like the world going crazy would get a person more to be like, oh man, I got to get married. Fuck this out here, and you'd go and do it. Or do you think? Or I guess were courthouses just closed?
That too.
Yeah.
The courthouses. Yeah, that. I don't know. I feel like you can't rush a man to do something like that. But I feel like a woman, there's no such thing. There's no, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers, women were getting motherfuckers were marrying women at 11 and shit like that in Europe. You know what I mean?
Bro. Totally. Oh man. So, like, you know, I said I smoked too much weed today. I feel like I have to talk to a guy named the Grinch. Like, how did you come up with that nickname?
I have three different people different communities of people, of friends that I have. And it was people I grew up with.
Hold on, you're out of the shot. You're out of the shot. Remember my secret symbol? Okay, hold on. Back up a bit.
Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Now you're in.
And these three different groups of people, one of them was the people I grew up with in California. And then like people that like, I guess I had joined the Navy. I was like I said, like in that interview, like I was in the military. And like when I was in boot camp, that was kind of one thing people were saying. They were even using like with adjectives kind of added to it, like Grinchy with a Y in it. You know, oh, he has a Grinchy smile. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't even know you people. And then like I go to my first command and I'm like, I didn't even tell them about, you know what I mean, my friends in Northern California. Then I go to my first command. I was in Virginia, and I had those people call me that. I think that was kind of when I first started like embracing it and calling myself that, and then everybody else kind of would call me that. What I did in the military, or it would have hard hats. A lot of people would wear hard hats, and you would have either a blue one or a yellow one, and the yellow one means you're part of leadership that tells people what to do. And when I got that yellow hard hat, I put, instead of my name, like I put like that nickname in it. Like I had because it's just a piece of paper. It's just you know what I mean? Like it's sticky on the back. You just slap it on something and you can
a name tag.
So I put that name in my rank and my name and whatever. But that's cool. Like, you know, people have call signs, you know, whatever their name is in the military. So that was my thing of doing that. And also the first time I ever seen that was in Call of Duty, which is very much propaganda I'm starting to notice. That very much in our generation as teenagers with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and then 4, that era, it was propagandizing the shit out of the American people and the world to join the world in the Gulf War, you know?
Yeah.
And if you look at like actual, I don't know, I forgot the acronym, I forgot the word, but like recruiters use this word to describe like brochures. They use the damn Modern Warfare guy in recruiting illustrations, in recruiting illustrations. And that's diabolical.
Well, you know, we got to have a big military, dude. How else are we going to get these fucking kids out there on the front lines? I mean,
anyway, I just thought it was ironic. There was a fictional guy in Call of Duty called Grinch, and then I am the veteran comedian version of that.
Yeah, it got you, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you've been propagandized.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even though you're totally against it, you're the Alex Jones guy. They managed to propagandize you.
Now I'm probably, I don't know. Now I'm propagandizing my own people on my own behalf of my own comedy, my own satirical propaganda.
Yeah. So anyway, I would like to ask a little bit more about the Alex Jones thing, because I did a podcast recently with an absolutely out of her mind leftist extremist lady. And it was funny because I asked her, because you know what she did? She did a video making fun of the wife of Charlie Kirk or whatever. And I go, oh, hey, give me an example of something that a comedian on the right has done that's as bad as that. And she started spouting off like, oh, Alex Jones and Sandy Hook and shit. And I was like, okay, but that's not comedy. He's not a comedian, really. He's an entertainer, sure. But also, you're comparing what you did to what Alex Jones does, and you don't want to be labeled an extremist, because she was talking about how she didn't want to be labeled an extremist. And I was like, okay, good for you. But like, so you really
Yeah,
like
good luck
Alex
with that.
Jones. So it's interesting to talk to you about it because I don't watch much of his stuff. I mean, I really liked his interview with Kanye. I really like Gavin McGinnis. I find he's the Proud Boys founder guy. He's a super interesting guy. What do you think about all that, and what got you into the whole Alex Jones sphere? And just right before we get your answer on that, I'll edit this out here. I hear my output again, brother. If you can turn down
Oh,
the
really?
output. I'm sorry to be so fucking complaining about this. I just want
No,
to.
it's fine. No, I really have no idea what I'm doing with this iPhone. It's fine.
Yeah.
You do. It's
I
fine.
don't think I'm too close to the mic, so just turn down your output.
It's because it's on like a I'm leaning it against something. That's
So
why.
it's echoing. Is that the issue? Okay. And then and just remember not to because every once in a while you go like this and you're just being like moving around, which is fine, but every once in a while it'll cut out your eyes. But if you just tilt it up a bit, then you won't come out of the shot. That's what we're looking for here. Unless you're trying to hide your hairline, which is totally fine, man. I
It's
get that.
fine. No, I'm not tripping about that. I have a full head of hair. I'm not tripping.
Yeah. So
Is that better? Is the output better with that?
the out. Let me see. Hello. Test. Yeah, the output's better. But we got better. We got worse on the framing. So just tilt it up as much as you can. So just so you know, you're here now. So if you move forward, it might cut. There you go. Right here. Perfect. Fuck it. This is so annoying. Sorry, man. I hate video podcasting. Right after this, I have to do this to get cool guys like you on, man. It's like because I live in the fucking middle of nowhere, so it is what it is. After this one, I have an in-person interview, and I much prefer those. So you just started a podcast called Sweet Talk.
Talking Sweet podcast on YouTube. We call it Talking Sweet with Pat and Pete.
Yeah. So what's your vision for that? Tell me a little bit about that.
It's just to kind of like run through people we have here in Austin, different doormen really is the priority. And then the overall grand scheme is just to profile our comedian friends that we like. You know, kind of like what you do, but for comics by comics instead of you, like for podcasters for comics.
So tell me what your current understanding is like. So, well, I mean, hold on. I'm not here trying to quiz you. But what do you think like a podcast ought to be? Tell me what your vision is for your podcast. Like, you want to showcase comedians.
Just a platform, just to make somebody go from not that great to great. That's all the internet is. Pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
So it's a digital pyramid scheme of being like, my fans like this, and I like you, so I'm gonna put you on with this and with my fans, and that because that's how it works with rap and the internet.
Yeah. So is your goal when you're on your podcast as a comedian? So yeah, it's obviously called. Sorry, remind me again. Sweet Talk.
Oh well, talking sweet. That comes from just like slang and different. Friends of mine in the military and how they would talk, and we would talk about different sports, and I would be like, so and so, James Harden or whatever. What do you think about him? Is he good? Oh yeah, he's sweet. Yeah, no, you could. Yeah, he'll cast that. He'll drain that 3-pointer. Yeah, he's sweet. And then also, I wanted to, with a different friend of mine in a different life, when I was active duty between those 7 years, in the middle of it, I wanted to do this active duty. You cannot do that. There's no such thing as us doing this with my face doing this. Active duty. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
There's like laws in place to where you can't do that. Like your command will find out and they'll be like, okay, delete it. This is not cool. So I tried doing that and almost got to the point where I'm at now to start it with the first episode. And then I found that out and it didn't work. So it was like that show was supposed to be called Talking Shit with me and then my best friend at the time.
Cool.
He's still my best friend. It's just he's not my best friend of comedy. This guy now who I do, this is my best friend I've met doing comedy.
Gotcha. It's funny how like things you get into early in life, you don't realize the freedoms they're taking away from you until like you really sniff it out, you know? But yeah, like podcasting is crazy. I feel like it's so much different than comedy because like, do you guys, with the comedians you talk to on your show, do you kind of plan to stay in character and make it kind of bitty, or are you going to do long form, like long episodes? Because you said you've done an episode, right?
We're gonna have freestyle every episode. It's gonna kind of be like Matt and Shane and what they do, kind of.
Fuck yeah, I love Matt and Shane.
You don't know what. That's how secret it is. Like you don't know what you're gonna expect this day. They might be at the podiums. They might have these people who aren't even Matt and Shane doing it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that's who he's. And then also we're friends with those guys, Lemaire and Sean Gardini. We see them all the time. We dap them up all the time. Patrick's more friends with them than I am. So
Yeah.
it's like it's
Yeah.
yeah, man. We try to build a pyramid scheme out here, man. I've been doing this shit for enough years. I'm tired of working for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And you found yourself a guy who can do more of the editing. You said your partner Pat, he's pretty good with computers and stuff, right?
Yeah, I chose a guy who's like a 24-year-old, 23-year-old because
Yeah.
I'm not that good with. But outside of an iPhone, I'm not that good with technically. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. As long as you can get yourself out there, you just got to like keep creating. That's the key nowadays is you got
Yeah.
to constantly be doing something.
But you were asking me about Alex Jones. I
Yeah.
gotta go. My phone's about to die soon.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it. Grinch, come on, man. Part of the importance of these podcasts is they got to be long form, dude. This is the
Oh,
second
really? You
time
really
now that
needed
you've
like
taken out
hours out of me? You wanted to do this for like 3 hours or
at
something like
least
that?
at least one. We got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was coming up on like an hour. How long has it been?
No, we've only been doing it for about 25 minutes.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that. Okay, that's right. Okay, never mind that.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. As long as let's do that then. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going for that one.
No,
Yeah,
no
sure.
worries, no worries. We got lots to talk about. So your phone's gonna die. Is there a chance you can plug it in, or how you do it?
Not really. Actually, I have a
Oh
like a
man,
portable charger.
this is
Yeah,
reminding
like
me
a
a lot of my
wireless charger.
podcast I
Actually.
did with Swiggy. Do you know Swiggy?
Yeah, I know Sweet.
Yeah.
Was it this bad with him?
No, it's not bad. This is good. This is what it's. I like this. I like this. So, but yeah, if your phone dies, fuck, dude, we'll charge it. We're fine. So you were telling me about uh, Alex Jones, what you like about him, kind of thing, and what you think about the whole some of the most recent conspiracy theories, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just feel like Alex Jones is a cool dude. He definitely came into my life like when I was still active duty. It was mainly from the time frame when Facebook took him and I think like Minister Farrakhan, a lot of different people off of Facebook. And I looked at that and kind of was just like, at the time, I didn't know any of this shit. I didn't know any politics. I just followed Snoop Dogg on Instagram,
Yeah.
and he got mad about it. And he was looking just like me.
Oh God.
And he was just like this. He was just like in his house, just like going like this, like, "What up, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg? I heard y'all took right down Minister Farrakhan. Hey, Minister Farrakhan, assalamu alaikum, my brother." And I'm like, "What God? Who is Minister Farrakhan? And what got Snoop Dogg so mad?" And it turns out when they did that, this is like when Cambridge Analytica came up with all kinds of foul things that were propagandizing the American people, and they found out about with Facebook. And yeah, it affected this kind of like in that same year, I think, or that same time frame. And Minister Farrakhan came off of Instagram and Facebook, and so did Alex Jones and what have you. This was like Trump's administration, I want to say, like 18, 17, one of those years.
So who's Minister
Yeah, and that
Farrakhan?
made me
These
go,
are
well, if
people.
somebody's being silenced, let's listen to what they have to say.
Yeah, fair enough. So Minister Farrakhan, he's like a person on social media that got kicked off, like Alex Jones, or what?
At this time, yeah, I think they've both been restored. They both have X accounts and Facebook accounts, but at this time they were not on X already. And then the last kind of mode I think was for them. I think the last medium they even had was Facebook and Instagram. Then it was just their own personal, like Infowars.com or wherever Minister Farrakhan has his whatever Muslim Brotherhood or whatever, Islam Brothers Islam or whatever it was that he do, their website, their own personal domestic medium of the internet instead of these platforms. So now we're seeing the same thing, but like with ChatGPT and with apps and with websites. So it's like you put those three different things together, then you start talking about Web3. And now here's the thing now that's interesting that you asked this question and related to what I just said. Alex Jones is actually coming off of radio and the internet and going into like Web3, like an app. You need a authentication to call yourself a human. We have a blue check next to you on the AJN News Live website or whatever app. And unless you have your email and your, what's it called, App Store login, you won't be able to hear his voice anymore. This is what the fuck, and these people are complacent. I wouldn't say Alex Jones himself is complacent, but like these companies that are doing this shit are complacent in taking away freedoms from the average person. And it's like he's kind of a little bit guilty of it by, going against him, kind of what he himself is even saying. But it's like you can't blame him because this is how you do it. Also, at the last part of that conversation is also, he just got done going through a lawsuit that I think he lost, and that's also forcing him to do this. So it's like stopping InfoWars. They have the right to take them out, like Travis County, because he registered that company here. That's why they have the right to take him off the air. But since that's the case, he's saying, "Come and do it." Now I'm on this app. It's a whole different company now because it's Web3.
Yeah. You meant complicit, not complacent, I assume. And then,
But I meant, yeah, sorry about that.
what
Yeah,
you
you're
mean
right.
is like
Yeah.
what you're saying is that like social media companies are very left leaning, dude. I can only see up to here on you. Yeah, here, set
Oh,
your
right.
phone down again. Sit down, calm down. So,
I was about to
no,
you got me thinking. I was about to give you my charger. That's why.
oh, fair enough.
And
Yeah,
then, I want to answer your question though first. That's
yeah,
why.
no, it probably won't die, man. I bet you will be fine.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's interesting how social media companies are very left leaning, and I wonder why that naturally happened. But there are right leaning social medias too. Like, isn't that what Truth Social is? And X is kind of that as well.
No, X is more moderate. I would say the only one really is Alex Jones' app, the one I just told you about. True Social, sure, okay, yeah, that's right leaning. You know what I mean? I guess, but like really, the only one I can really think of is Rumble. Really, Rumble's like the YouTube. Yeah, Truth Social. If they had a video platform, that's Rumble.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring this interview back to stable here. Just a second. Let's calm down. Okay, back up a bit. You're out of the shot again, brother. Okay, there you go. I got you. Okay. So you like Alex Jones kind of for his investigative side, the idea that he really just kind of says what he thinks is real, and he offers an opposite opinion to a lot of what you see in mainstream media. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think guerrilla journalism is the phrase they come up with, and I kind of agree with that. That does properly kind of describe them.
Yeah, and you like that about him, hey? That's what you admire about him?
I can't think of any other media company that does guerrilla journalism, except maybe like James O'Keefe. That's the only other person I can compare InfoWars to.
Yeah, and dude, that is what's awesome about it for sure. Like, I mean, it's like you can't say that he doesn't get some stuff right. This is the same kind of thing that Rogan liked about Alex Jones. Is number one, he doesn't take himself too seriously. So at the end of the day, he understands that he's an entertainer as well as kind of like a news person. He puts himself behind what he says, and he says a lot of stuff that is most people would be afraid to say,
Yeah.
And sometimes he gets it right, which is what kind of makes his listeners feel like they're getting the inside edge,
He loves this shit, man. He's not at work. You look at him at a desk with 17 dockets of paperwork. He's having fun. He's not losing it. He's not lying either.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's why. And I a little bit am like that is what I've noticed. It's starting to just scare me. It's starting to make me be like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I might be in over my head.
Yeah. I feel like
national security? I thought I was doing dick jokes. What did you just say to me?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's hard to find your little niche in comedy. It's like you can kind of be wherever you want to be, right? But it's like, how serious do you want to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take it seriously that the day I die, I wanted to still do comedy. That's how seriously I wanted to take it. And I knew this when my daughter was born. That was like 5 years ago. And yeah, and that's because that's the aspect of it. That's what we're doing here. It encompasses everything. You can make fun about everything. You can make fun of everything. And it's just funny that medium, like you said, that niche thing. That's what you got to find. And I think I kind of found that through the Grinch, through people that are thievery connoisseurs, the type of person that if stealing something was a class, you would pass it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The type of person that, and that's what I'm looking at. That, if you think things like that are funny, that could come up with, you know what I mean? Maybe you go through the self-checkout aisle and you scan something, maybe you don't want to scan it this time, type of things, type shit, as the kids say.
Totally, dude.
I'm a free American. I'll fucking, hey, I messed up. It's called human error. Get away from me.
Sometimes, yeah, dude, I grab two identical packages of steak and be like, oh, I just scanned one,
Exactly.
I mixed it up.
The phrase I like to coin is victimless theft. If you
Yeah.
can have a victimless crime, you can have a victimless theft.
Yes.
Grinching. Just use one word. Don't say two words. Grinching.
Yes. Go steal from the Who's, dude. It's like Costco is the Who's, where I don't think
No. The companies, the corporations are the Who's.
Exactly. I just said Costco. That's a corporate.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No worries. Oh shit. This has been fun, man. This has been a funny line we've been on for like 20 minutes.
For some reason in my head, Costco is like a mom and pop that grew into that, you know?
No, it's not.
No?
No.
Isn't Walmart kind of like that?
Well, they like to pretend that Walmart is like that, but really, is it though?
Yeah,
like
that's why I thought that. That's why, yeah.
They're like the richest people ever. Costco's even more
but it's
corporate.
Still a family, so you still got to sit here and be like, oh, well, that family, the Walston, I guess they're...
Yeah,
whatever.
It's a mom and pop shop. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, Walmart is franchised, so each different place. But you got to give them a big cut, so it is quite a corporate situation going on there. Yeah. What?
Just that everybody can relate to this. That it's not a couple of people in Austin and, oh, I'm that funny.
Yeah.
It's everybody goes through unemployment. Everybody is broke at some time during the month. Everybody considers stealing food or whatever.
Exactly. I was just talking about this with my buddy today. It's very funny. It's like, because that is the true victimless crime. And that is like what you're expected to do. Like, if you want to talk about trickle-down economy, man, it's like...
Exactly. Thank you. You get it now. My best friend, he doesn't even do comedy, but he told me when I first started doing comedy, he said, hey, man, comedy's just shared drama.
For sure. For sure it is. And then when you can create content out of it, man, it brings other people in. And that's the important thing, you know, out there. Like, comedy somehow has a religious aspect to it. I always say this, but the togetherness, the community that it creates when everybody can share in just, oh, hey, this guy did a fucking sermon. Like a comedy special is like a new aged kind of sermon that a preacher would do back at church back in the day.
Yeah, Kinnison was a reverend before he was the greatest on planet Earth at comedy. He did that before. Yeah.
Bingo. Exactly.
I didn't know that until like a year or two ago. I started doing comedy or doing studying of comedy about this.
For sure, dude. Yeah, there's quite the interesting stuff going on when you really look into some of the higher end comics. Like, they're just writers and performers
and
preachers. Yeah, exactly. People that want to create community, and it's honestly, creating community is one of the most important things, I think, in modern society in the fight against whatever we're fighting against. What is it? What are we fighting against? Depression?
I could tell you.
Tell me.
All right. So you're asking, what are we worried about, right? What is the whole thing?
Wait, hold on. Okay, we're back. You sure you want that much of an upward angle on you? You got the ceiling fan in it and all that?
To charge my phone, I kind of have to, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, we got something. It just looks like you're kind of looking down on us.
Yeah, this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, that's fine.
This is my makeshift office I have, man.
That's fine. Yeah, this has been chaotic, but I think it's all right. Fuck's sake.
You don't care if I smoke on the podcast, right? I could just take a dab?
I don't care at all. I just did that myself.
Great. Sounds like a plan.
Goodness gracious, dude. You're a fucking wild man, dude.
He's a fucking dad that's just at the house. I mean...
No, you're a wild man, dude. Like, that's what I'm amazed. Like, you're just doing so much stuff all at once. Like, do you have ADHD?
I don't think I'm really ready to talk about that yet, man. Because that's like in itself material and its own thing, its own conversation.
Labeling bullshit, yeah.
And yeah, like I don't want to label my own bullshit, but I've had doctors tell me I have, mental health disorders, mental disorders in the past, since getting out of the military, since 5 years ago.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's like, am I born with that, or is that a product of enlisting?
Yeah. Yeah, it's somebody else's fault, probably. Like, that's...
But you can't say that, but I can't say that. You know what I mean? Like...
Oh, shit. Well, Yeah, we'll finish up with a few things here before we end it, but
Yeah, I got plenty
yeah,
of time. I don't
we're
know why I was trying to get up. I'm sorry about
yeah,
that.
no,
Yeah,
it's all right.
whatever, man.
It seems like I'm not sure how it's going to look in the edit. We'll find out later, but it has seemed like because you are a naturally funny guy. Like whether it be how you look or I'm not really sure, but you do have that knack. And that's undeniable. But it does come off a little chaotic. It's a little bit Kinnison esque, like what you were saying earlier. Who would you say is your favorite? If you had to pick one, you know, like whether it be modern era or 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 like an older one, or you could give me one of each. Who do you
Like
think
a
is
like
your favorite comedian? Who's your
Well, I
inspiration?
always tell people I have three inspirations, but those inspirations are kind of like three different facets of what funny is. Using the word comedian or actor or stand up, those are all just the same word of just saying like satirists. Like they didn't say stand up comedian in Russia in 1914, but they existed, So my three people growing up and then growing into being a young comic, growing up it was Louis C.K.
Yeah,
As a comic, like not knowing if I just live in Austin or I'm doing comedy kind of era was Tim Dillon. And I guess it would be like the internet and podcasting era of Tim Dillon. Just if we're talking about the last couple of years and just talking about Instagram, the platform, and TikTok,
yeah.
I guess Ben Bankis counts as that.
No way, but he's your favorite, eh? He's your favorite
Of
bro.
like someone on an app that I learned through at the era of apps, yes.
Yeah,
And then I would say the last person, there's probably a fourth. I tried to give you three, but the fourth one, I guess, would be um, Brian Holtzman.
yeah.
Brian
Holtzman.
Holtzman, in my opinion, is what my stand-up comedy, what I want it to look like in 20, 30 years,
Fuck yeah, yeah. What a list, man. That's a great list. Yeah, let's talk about it for a second. If you don't mind, let's start with Ben. I remember when I first found Ben Bankis. I was about 8 or so years ago when I first found him, and I remember I messaged him and I said, "Hey, man, you're gonna be the biggest comedian. Give it 10, 15 years. You are going to be the number one comedian in the world. I guarantee it." Because it was his delivery. It was something about his style and his take on things with how smart his takes were. And he's also so active online. Like he responded to me. He said, "Fuck yeah, dude." And then he ended up having, and he was a Canadian comic, and he ended up having some gigs in town here. I got him a few gigs at different places, and I brought him on the podcast, and he's even better on podcast, man. Like I don't know if you're subscribed to his Patreon or anything, but whether you're not, he puts out free good podcasts too on YouTube, and his podcasts are fucking amazing, dude. And his takes on anything, whether it be his take, I think that his take on COVID was the best take of any comedian out there. And his special, "Please Wear a Mask." I don't know if you've seen that one. Was it was comedy to a perfection. Literally, that special alone put COVID in its place, and it's like a cultural.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the last one, but yeah, that's good. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
check it out. That's
yeah.
what's up.
You saw his 30-minute one, his more recent ones. Yeah, if you go back and watch "Please Wear a Mask," it's one of the best comedy specials ever. And not only is it great comedy, but the way that it moves the needle, I think, of society with the things he's saying about COVID are just incredible. I forget what his one bit was. It's funny, like he actually has, that Ricky Gervais has used a few of his bits as well.
Oh, really?
His take on the mask thing, where I think it was, God, it might have been like a child on an airplane. I wish I could remember it off the cuff, but he had some takes about COVID and masks and stuff in that special that were just fucking hilarious, man. And
Yeah, I'll check it out. That's what's up.
yeah,
That's already just that alone during those years to accomplish a special was insanity to do that, I bet. I bet
absolutely.
that's a whole episode on your podcast where you should ask him, hey, what's it like doing because there was only 5 or 10 or whatever, 100 people. throughout 2020 and the year 2023, let's say, that did a special.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
that's going to forever live in history. Nobody can go back in time to change that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he's one of them. So that's why it's like, damn,
he made
that's
history
cool.
on that. And we're going to do some more episodes together for sure. But yeah, me and him have done a few episodes on his podcast there, like episode 35, I think, and 39 are me on his show. And then he's episode 60 and episode 81 on my show. And
Have
on
you
episode
talked to him
60,
about that though?
Say again?
Have you talked to him about that? About like, hey, what was it like doing comedy?
No, you know what? I kicked myself after all those episodes, and we did one episode where we talked about COVID a little bit, but we ended up not releasing it because we ended up talking. Actually, I can't say what we talked about that made us not release it, but we did talk about COVID a little bit on this one episode that we didn't release, and but that's cool. No, I've never talked to him on a podcast about it, but I would like to hear more about that.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, it's cool to hear that he made such an impression on you just from the kind of his clips on social media, not some of his longer form stuff. But yeah, I think and you're seeing it. I mean, the guy's got, is it like 600,000? He's almost got 1 million followers just as a taboo comic. Like, we're getting up to fucking Victoria's Secret models or whatever type of 1 million followers on Instagram is wild. And
yeah, he's definitely going to be hosting the ESPYs at some point in the next, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we're about to see some wild Jewish jokes on the ESPYs pretty soon here. He definitely does do a lot of Jewish stuff, and it's interesting. I feel like he does that. He identifies so much with the Jewish stuff. Like I think he thinks he's a warrior of the Jewish stuff because, like, he isn't technically Jewish. Because, like, to be Jewish, I think your mom has to be Jewish. And his mom wasn't Jewish. His dad was Jewish. So,
That's so made up, man. Yeah. I don't believe in none of that. Because I share the same, let's use the air quotes, anti-Semitic views and anti-Semitic jokes. I make the same kind of jokes like that, even to the point, I make the same kind of jokes. And, like, I would be the opposite. I would be like, my mom's mom had some kind of Mexican Jewish people she was related to. But I don't know them, and they didn't influence my culture growing up. So,
yeah.
Labeling bullshit, like you were saying earlier. Labeling.
Yeah. Well, you could probably pass for a Jewish guy. I would say.
Oh, yeah. There we go. See, okay, well, sure. If it helps me it lands me roles, sure. L'chaim, Shabbat Shalom. L'chaim, Shabbat Shalom.
For sure. Oh, I just saw the hand signal. Yeah. Oh shit!
I did it because I did it at first. I didn't even mean to do it.
No, I missed it. That's funny. So yeah, dude. Yeah, comedy is an amazing thing. Before we kind of had our break there, we were talking about how interesting comedy is. So your first favorite comedian was Louis C.K.
Yeah.
What kind of struck a chord with you with him?
God, you ready for the same conversation? Web 2. I had a free Pandora account, and I just put it on him and then press play and then listen to Welcome to Pandora or whatever the hell in between sets. And then it's just like, I had a laptop as a teenager, like anybody else. Like my son at 4 right now while we're talking about this.
Yeah.
So it's like it speeds up your life of evil shit, of course. There's evil people out there on the internet, but it's like it also gives you it gives you information.
Yeah.
Through the internet.
It's a double-edged sword. Hey, do you ever feel like there is a part of me sometimes that thinks that like technology might be bad for us?
And that's why people like me and you exist, to try and make it good.
Yeah, it's like
spot who's bad, and then we as good people cast them out and label a Harvey Weinstein or whatever.
Exactly. It's like that's what I feel like is so beautiful about podcasting. I feel like somehow, because of the long formness of it and because of the improv of it, it somehow is able to shoehorn some genuineness into this internet, which is just all this fake bullshit.
Yeah, you can't fake a conversation. Yeah, and you hold each other accountable in that conversation.
Exactly. I love that about it.
And that's what it takes to do comedy. That's what it takes to do politics. That's what it takes to do podcasting.
Absolutely, brother. That's going to be a clip right there for sure. I like that, man, because that is the craziest thing about podcasting right there.
And
But
if you
yeah,
can't hold a conversation with someone publicly, clearly you're on some nefarious, foul, bad shit that nobody
exactly.
wants to be a part of.
It's impossible to, like you said, yeah, it's impossible to have a conversation with somebody and then not kind of see those little chinks in their armor, where it's just like, oh, that's where he's a bit, oh, he's weird there, and then it makes you feel better about how you're weird because technically we're all weird, you know,
Yeah.
and people like like a host that you see on a mainstream news or something. It's not a fair person to be relaying the news. It's not a fair image of what a person is.
Yeah,
Can't
and we're
disagree
gonna
with
get to a
that.
point where we're having this discussion over Jimmy Kimmel. Like what I think of when you say all that is like I think of Jimmy Kimmel instead of like a
Yes.
person telling the news, and then
Yes.
I think both of those people, the anchor, the news anchor, and Jimmy Kimmel, is gonna be a robot at some point in our lives. That's
Maybe. You want to know what freaks me out, dude? If I can just have a quick second. You know what freaks me out is I'm seeing a lot of I'm 33, you're 31 or whatever, but I think it's crazy that I'm seeing a lot of my friends start to use the large language model AI stuff where you can kind of talk to your computer, talk to Google and all that kind of stuff. I'm seeing them use it as if it's an authority for information. And it's just like, okay, I get that you can ask it a question and it'll give you 3 pages of information as an answer. It'll read it out to you, whatever.
you
But
have to chop it.
but man, that lacks. I really don't think it's possible to program nuance into a large language model. How can you do that? Because it's
Yes,
not.
you can.
It's just
Yes, you
not a
can.
living thing, though. And tell me about that.
I would argue against that because
Okay,
I can do that. It's called a chop. That's what they called it in the Navy. If I hand you a big piece of paper and I say, "This is a script. We're gonna make a movie. Fool, let's do it. Come on, Stephen. Step. You pronounce it Stephen?
Stephan.
Stephan. I'm sorry about that. Stephan,
No,
we're about to make a movie. It's gonna be tight. I just got this from AI from whatever.
yeah,
Chop it. I hand it to you, and you give your eyes look at every single word on there, and then you make it with your name on it at the end of it and sign it. And then you give it to me, and then I chop it. And
yeah,
then we hand it to somebody in Hollywood. And they're not going to be able to know the difference, buddy. I promise you. And
yeah.
if they can, then hey, that's why you get paid the big bucks. We're going to go over to MGM now. They don't have somebody like you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I get.
And that's
Well,
going to be people that are way smarter than me and you that are doing that shit in Hollywood here soon.
yeah. Oh, for sure. For using it as a tool. Absolutely. Hey, I agree with you. I'm just saying more so like the common person who's going to start talking to their computer like that. They won't have people in between the AI and them chopping it. Like,
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you trying to act like that, we're all going to be like, bruh,
yeah, we're all going to be
this
talking to
doesn't
the
make
computer.
sense. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit of a fear. It's
That's a good like a sketch. Like, all right, I have this sketch for you guys, or excuse me, a script, like a guy acting like that. Here's a script I have. One script I got from ChatGPT. I have another one with Grok. Here we go. I have 2 movies for you guys, and then it's like a for real person, like in a suit, like. Dude, I work for Amazon Prime. I don't have time for this.
yeah.
That
Oh,
would be that would be a funny premise. Like,
yeah.
but people
So
are gonna do that. People fucking what? Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, the Zoomer Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are gonna do shit like that.
oh, for sure. Oh yeah. Um, do you have a favorite like comedic actor?
I hate to say Adam Sandler, but I guess Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's fair to say,
There's
man.
nobody else that compares to that guy's body of work. Like what he's doing with Netflix is again gonna be compared to nobody else that's doing funny things on Netflix.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
dude, it's totally. I don't think it's hacky to say that you like guys that are that mainstream like that. Like, what's funny?
Yeah.
I said this to you on our practice episode that we did, where I was like, oh hey, I usually interview comedians that do good on Kill Tony, and I've only interviewed 2 that maybe had a questionable set. At least Tony was mad at them. And I told you about Stephanie Robertson. And it's funny because
Mhm.
Stephanie Robertson's favorite comedian was also Adam Sandler. And that's interesting, hey? I guess it's comedic acting is hard to do on stage. It's definitely a different genre than
The
comedy.
Sandman. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
Sandler's awesome. Did you ever see? Have you ever seen Norm Macdonald's new special, Nothing Special, where he does it on his computer, and then they have the review after with Adam Sandler and Dave Chappelle and all that type of stuff. It's on Netflix, but Adam Sandler and all his buddies and
When did this come out?
David Spade. They do like a word after. This came out about a year and a half ago, right before Norm died.
He died a year and a half ago.
I think that Norm Macdonald died about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but okay. And it came out right before he died.
Yeah. He released this special. Oh, I'll give you some info on it. Yeah, he released this special that he recorded on his laptop, just like this. And because he's like the truest guy ever. Like his podcast and everything is so raw and it's funny that his last special he ended up doing it just like this. But some people like.
Here's what's funny about that guy. I've seen national touring acts, comedians do in their specials stolen jokes from him. One, and then I've seen like sports betting kind of comedian video sketch making Instagram videos where the same premise, like OJ Simpson, like doing research on OJ Simpson, and it's like, oh, no way, he had all these yards. Yeah. And it's like that was on Weekend Update well before you were born, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how many jokes people have stolen from Norm. Like, dude, doesn't that infuriate? I don't know. I forget how long you've been doing stand-up. 7 years, right?
I've been doing stand-up 3.5 years.
Yeah, but you've been in comedy. I remember you were saying you've kind of been in the comedy world a little longer than that or something. But
it's been my whole life, really.
Yeah, doesn't it infuriate you? Man, it infuriates me when I see people. It doesn't matter because you don't have to steal a whole joke word for word. Obviously, that's disgusting. But even when people, and I know it's hard because people repeat premises, but if there's a premise that's truly unique to a comedian who puts it out in a special, you got to be pretty careful with how you tread on that premise. If you're going to take other dudes' premises, because the whole point is trying to create your own premises, It infuriates me when I see guys who steal jokes. Like I got a few guys on my mind right now that I know are on the come up who have gotten famous off of a lot of stolen premises, and it bothers me a lot. Does that bother you?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You said it exactly correctly right. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're making original content.
Exactly.
That's why the easiest way to do that is make jokes off of current events, because only a handful of people have the opportunity to do that.
For sure.
Like you.
For sure.
And then, like these people you're thinking of.
Exactly. And then there's like these other guys who literally are like, they're like recycling bins. So like you talk about Brian Holtzman as a guy that you really like, right? And it's funny because you watch Brian Holtzman. I mean, I've seen him live and all that type of thing at the Comedy Store, and I've seen all of his stuff. And he works actually with a troupe that I really like here in Canada. They're called the Danger Cats. And Holtzman actually, he does shows with them specifically. They're going to be teaming up because they do a lot of the same kind.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of them's Uncle something. I forgot his name.
Uncle Hack and then the other two guys there, whose names always escape me, but
Uncle Hack and crew. Yes, our guys. Yes, definitely. I've seen him on stage before. Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, my point was is you see Brian Holtzman, who he's not necessarily a premise guy because he does recite, but he's out there doing what I think what you're after too, which is like he finishes shows, he says crazy shit. He talks about premises that, sure, it's been in this sphere, but like people don't say it. Like, I don't know if you have some favorite Holtzman bits in your mind that you like, but man, some of the bits he has on rape or like stuff like that are absolutely nuts, man.
When it's like, exactly what I was thinking of.
I love his trans bit where he's like, dude, if you're a girl, you want to dress up like a guy and come into the boys' washroom, I'm gonna rape you.
He has a phrase that me and my friends actually like use day to day, and it's so transphobic.
Yeah.
Describing them as used to be's is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, really, to describe transphobia or transgenderism. Yeah. And he came up with that, and he deserves every dollar he makes off of making anybody laugh.
Okay, well, let me say something really quick, and it's going to be horrible, right? It's going to be transphobic. It's going to be bigoted. But like, at what point? Like, okay, I get homophobia. I get that. But like, at what point is it just like, okay, I'm also serial killer phobic. So it's like at what
Yeah,
point,
exactly. We're also rape phobic.
so
We're
like
also
at what point
pedophilia phobic.
is the
I
thing that
didn't
I'm
know that was
phobic?
your team. What the fuck are we
Yeah,
doing here?
yeah. At what point does the word phobic not quite qualify to be used on the end of that thing? Like it's like if you're
I'm,
transphobic, it's like, dude, you might that might be a fair thing to be phobic of, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, geez.
But we love gays. But we love, yeah, you
Yeah, we
know,
love them.
this club
No.
that's out here. I won't name
Yeah.
which one, but there's a club that's out here, and it's a normal thing that when something that's either trans or gay phobic, the crowd goes, "We love gays,"
Yeah.
as if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
like we love gays, and they just say that over and over again, a good 2 or 3 times, to prove that it's like we're not trying to make anybody feel bad. And I
Exactly.
hope everybody adopts that. I hope every club does that.
Well,
Because it's like
you know
that's
what I thought of? It just
not what
comes
we're doing here.
exactly like it comes back to your nickname a little bit. If I could just bring this full circle, like your Grinch nickname, right? And you decided to own it. I feel like
Yeah.
the trans community or whoever it may be, if they should be happy that they're in the sphere, they're 1% of the population, but they should be happy that we're making fun of them because we're bringing them
Yeah.
in. We're making them one of the bros, and you've got to be able to accept getting made fun of if you want to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're in the
Yeah,
room now. This is what's
exactly.
gonna happen. Oh my goodness. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, right? That's what like we took a break and I was like, oh, I'll tell you.
Here we go.
You're like,
This
oh,
is
what are
what.
we fighting? What are we at war with?
Yeah,
Okay. So the question, the umbrella that we're talking about is just the enemy of America. And
yeah,
you're not even American, but you can relate to this, right? The umbrella that we have is enemy of America. These are furries, trans, Antifa, transifa, whatever you want to call it, right? Domestic terrorists. Let's just say that. The umbrella of domestic terrorism, okay?
yeah.
Great. This is who our enemy, sure, that's who we're at war with. What about in different dimensions? What does that look like? Because, like, we're at war, sure. There's Ukraine war. There's what's going to happen in Taiwan, I assume, at some point. There's Israel and Gaza. There's, you know what I mean, Burkina Faso. There's all kind of genocide, the Uyghurs in China, all kinds of shit going on right now. That's just the third dimension. That's just right here in, hello, what I can touch, right?
Yes.
We're in 3D. There are real smarter, much smarter people than me and you that go, hey, we have 9 to 12 dimensions, 9D, 10D. I learned this in 4th grade, actually. So this is all well known what I'm talking about. 9D dimension, 10 dimension. Let's go to the 10th dimension, bro. Come on, we're going to go. We're right now in the digital dimension, yes or no?
Yes.
This now is spiritual dimension, 3D, and now we have digital dimension. And that relates now to what I sent you, the link I sent you earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
The video I sent you earlier. Did you watch that?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Let's jump into that a little bit. Tell me a little bit about your fears about geofencing. Just a sec. My little cat is making a noise.
Oh, yeah.
She's scratching on my door. Here, I'll introduce her before we get into the heavy geofencing. Just let me show you my my little kitty here.
Oh, the cat. Oh, come on, cat. Trying to do a show here, cat. Come on. Come on, kitten.
Sorry, she's very needy. So if I put her in a room,
That's funny.
If I put her in a room that she can't get into, sometimes she likes to come in.
Oh, she's naked. That's funny.
Yeah, she's a naked cat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you have any pets?
A dog. I have a white Labrador dog.
Oh yeah. So it's better than the cream ones or the brown retrievers.
Yeah, that's Max.
Yeah.
I have a white Max.
Nice. So you have a big dog then?
Yeah. It's a she, though, so she's smaller of the ones that are like her.
Oh yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me check on my son. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Sorry, folks. We're doing lots of breaks here. And we're back.
Hell yeah.
How's
we're back.
How's your little human doing?
He's good. He's watching some Blippi. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like Miss Rachel. It's something like that.
Okay. No, I have not heard of it. I don't have any kids yet. Is it pretty amazing having kids or what? Like what do you like most about it? You have got 2 kids and they're a boy and a girl.
Structure. Right? It's good. You know what you're doing. I've gotten sent a video. The guy who plays Saul Goodman, forgot his name, but that guy, he was just in an interview, like a podcast room and talking into a mic, and he kind of was like, I miss the days when I knew, what to do, because between here and the door, it's just you clean all the kids' stuff right here, and I know what to do. And now that my kids are grown, I don't know. Now I don't have no script of like what to do.
Yeah, parenting probably gets a lot harder as they get older, hey, because it's like you don't know how much you should guide them to be what you want them to be versus what they want to be. I imagine that's the hardest part.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, as long as they're not
Knowing when
gay,
to
'cause then
take
you're
your
gonna have to
hands
kill
off
them.
and go and let God. I have to tell that to my ladies sometimes. I have to be, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like you can't control that, like
yeah, yeah. Let
this
go
is
and
gonna
let God.
happen.
Let go and let God. Unless they're gay, then you gotta you gotta take them out to the
Yeah,
back and maybe
yeah.
give them
Let go and let Baal. Then
some
you gotta
lead.
do what that's what you're gonna have to do.
No, no, that was the exact joke that got that one black dude who was famous canceled. Who's the guy who said he wanted to kill his gay son?
I don't remember that.
I think that's worth a Google search. Let me just quickly check. Who's the comedian who got canceled for saying he'd kill his gay son? Tracy
Maybe.
Morgan.
No, I don't remember that.
You
That
ever
must
heard
have
of
been
that?
before my time. I must have been like a fucking 8-year-old or something when
Hey,
that happened.
I'm only 2 years older than you.
When did that happen?
This happened, I would have to say maybe about 7, 8 years ago.
No, I don't remember that. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
But he can't get canceled, man. He's Tracy Morgan. He's fine.
Yeah.
Like
He was just
that's
saying
one of
some,
those things that it's just like that's the global homo agenda. They hate when I say that, but like that's the only word I can think of to describe that. It's like there's a gay agenda in Brazil, there's a gay agenda in Africa, there's a gay agenda in Russia. This is just our version of that with our American comedians,
Yeah, you know what's funny is if I could say something about that is I do think that there's a good insight to be made there. So like if you want to talk about one good thing that trans people have definitely done to the greater social community is it's almost made gay people like they're one of the bros now because like gay people are like you've got a whole
Yeah,
new group of
definitely.
gay
Yeah.
people who are like, geez, these trans people are crazy. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, okay, you're one of the bros now. Now let's just like, what are these people doing over here?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then here's okay. Using that same logic, what I was saying about like we're in the digital space right now, aren't we?
Yeah, you were talking about dimensions and what something about what would it be like in 10 dimensions?
Yeah, right. Okay, so like we don't know what that looks like. We can't tell. So the point of saying that is, and I get this directly from Alex Jones' mouth, right?
Okay.
And it wasn't anything I saw live or the time frame of me just being a 20 or 30-year-old person to invest in him and his entertainment and his news. It was a time frame prior to that on the Joe Rogan Experience, one like a part of his interviews before I ever gave a fuck about Joe Rogan's Experience or InfoWars. So I'm looking at this clip, right? And it pretty much is him explaining this. There are different dimensions and there are things from their lower level. You know how people say that? People didn't even say this when he had this interview, but like how like a black lady on the internet would say something like, that's a low vibrational this or that. You being low vibrational. Like this is what he's talking about. It's the same thing. You know, if I'm in 4th grade and my teacher's telling me there are theorists out there that say there are 12 dimensions, that teacher, myself, that whole classroom, Alex Jones, and the average black lady on Instagram, I think I think that means there's some validity to some of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you or me believe in this. People believe in this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. Like you then now with that theory, with that logic, I can then say, and we lived through in our lives, in our lifetimes, low vibrational and lower dimension things from the 2-dimension, from the digital. Okay, I'll be right there. I'll put on the laptop. You got it. I'll be right there. Go ahead. Go sit down. And then they're coming up. They're going from the low levels, from hell, going through the 12 dimensions up to heaven. I guess that's the theory. And then that's all theories tied to that. Now people are going to come after me. Now I gave out the secret sauce. Now that's the whole thing, I guess. Every conspiracy is tied to this kind of like main, that conspiracy.
Well, I feel like you're alluding to like the amount that people identify with stuff when it's disseminated out there. Like it's either low vibration or high vibration. And it's like, I just thought of a funny story while you were saying that. If you don't mind, I'll just tell you this quick story. My neighbor, so at my house, there's a rented house next door, and a black lady rented that house. I thought of this because you brought up the black lady, and And she goes, so she has her SUV parked out on the street. And we had this big storm that flooded the whole street. And it took my dumpster, and the dumpster floated down the road a little bit. Sorry, your kid's distracting you a little bit there.
Sorry about that.
And the dumpster floated down the street, and it bumped her SUV a little bit. But then there was this big dent in her SUV that, like, it would take her ramming into a curb, right? Like, it was clear that she created this dent. And then I was out front of my house one day, and she was like, hey, or no, my buddy was out front of the house one day, and she's like, hey, do you own the house? I think your dumpster damaged my car. And she sent him this video of the dumpster, like, in front of her SUV. And she's like, oh, hey, this damaged my SUV. And I heard about this. Obviously, my buddy came and talked to me. And she calls me, and she's like, hey, your dumpster damaged my SUV. Like, what are we going to do about this? And I was like, okay, number one, it didn't. Like, it would it floated in a puddle towards your car. It didn't do this dent that would take hundreds of pounds of pressure. It was like a big indent in a full bumper. And then and I go, number two, you realize that, like, if you had ever made an insurance claim ever, you don't need me. There was an act of God. There was a storm. If you want to claim that the dumpster damaged your car, go ahead and do it. Like, you don't need. It's not my fault. It's the storm's fault. The dumpster was on the street. So it's like, I think of that when I think, right at the end of the phone call, she goes, like, because I'm like, hey, I have no responsibility here. She's like, I'm not really liking the vibe of this conversation. I was like, well, I'm not liking the vibe of it either. You're fucking lying. And you're trying to, like, get me involved in your insurance claim when you don't even need me involved. Like, why are you?
I feel like you could give a statement. You could just write something maybe on a piece of paper and be like, I was not involved with this. Yes, there was a storm that day. I'm sorry about that. That a piece of plastic moved around in the storm. I don't know what to tell you about that. It's not my property. And that would have been the end of it for you, legally.
Oh,
because it's like, bro, what else do you want from me?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. It's like, no, I get that.
It legally is not your property. That is the whoever company's property.
It's
so
the city's garbage can that they tell me to
talk
put
to
out
the
on
city. Yeah, that's not my property.
Yeah. So yeah, very low vibration. She was coming at me.
Yeah, this is a low vibrational conversation we're having.
Yeah. Okay. Well, man, I've had a lot of fun talking with you today. We've definitely done about an hour and a half. I can let you go pretty soon and get back to your life there. I do appreciate you giving me some time out of your day. I can see that you're busy and all that. If people want to find your stuff, they can go and find you on Instagram, right? As Grinch Martinez Comedy.
Yes.
They can book you for a show. Anything else you want to tell the people of Canada before I let you go?
No, just on x.com, Grinch Comedy, at Grinch Comedy. And then this podcast we're doing on YouTube, Talking Sweet Podcast. Let me know. Hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to see from your area of the world. We can talk about it, whatever problems you guys got going on. Let me know. We can talk about it on this podcast in different interviews. Let me know.
Yeah, for sure. We got you all introduced now, so we're good. And yeah, that's the Talkin' Sweet podcast with Pat and Pete. And go find that on YouTube or whatever it's on, guys. And thanks for tuning in. Will be more episodes with this guy. Hopefully they're not as chaotic, but maybe they probably will be. So yeah,
probably.
That's Canadian Talk, episode 132 out.